You're watching Killian Cougar Fall Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome to Killian Cougar Field, everyone, for some fall baseball between the home team, the Killian Cougars, and the visiting team, the Stars, the TNXL Stars. They're a virtual school. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. It's a beautiful afternoon here for baseball. The breeze is coming in across the 21 palms that surround the outfield. And in between that, the red bricks, we have Killian Cougar Field, and that's where we are, bringing you some fall baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. I'm Uncle Muggs, bringing you the play-by-play. And I want to thank the coaching staff, of course, like always, Chris Leon, Eric Martinez, and Abel Alonso for giving us the opportunity to bring you this content over the airways of FSPN. Again, subscribe to our show. Please subscribe to our channel, like, thumbs up, and share. And that way we can bring you some more content here, some fall baseball in the upcoming spring as well. But let's talk about our visitors here today. They've made their way across town. It's the TNXL Miami Stars, and they're led by their head coach, Alex Gonzalez, a former Barry University standout. He's good friends with our coach, Leon, and we're glad that came down here and made the trip to play against the Cougars today. Well, TNXL is a virtual school, and they're dedicated to using technology to train the athletes. So everybody's taking classes from home, and then they go in and they use the most robust technology that you can find to improve their game. And they're out here today. We're going to be right back with some starting lineups and on the Florida Sports Programming Network. And I just want to remind all the coaches, the athletic directors, and parents, if you want to make your upcoming 2025 spring season memorable, have your games professionally broadcasted on YouTube, get your team and your players the notoriety that they need and they deserve. So make this one memorable. Give us a call or shoot us an email and book your spring games now. I can tell you a few games have been booked already, so call and email and we'll get you on the calendar. So we'll be right back with some fall baseball right after this.
Watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
It's time for Killian Cougar Baseball right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. We're coming to you from Killian Cougar Field, right between the 21 palms in the outfield and the red bricks right behind home plate. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play. We should have a good one today. I have 4 cameras set up. All of them are high-def cameras. And we're going to have a visiting team called the TNXL Miami Stars visiting us today. And their head coach is Alex Gonzalez. This is a virtual school. I'm going to have one of the parents with me in a few minutes here in the booth, and he's going to talk to me a little bit about, his son going to the school. And coincidentally, his son is the starting pitcher, Xavier Vilches, for the Stars of TNXL. On the mound today for your Killian Cougars is the right-hander, Zachary Fernandez. And Zach's no stranger to the mound. He was the ace last year, and we're looking to ride his back to the playoffs as well today. We're going to go over the Cougar defense real quick, hopefully, before we get the first batter up here. And don't know if I have enough time to do that, but let's go over the real quick. Like I mentioned, Zachary Fernandez is the pitcher today. The leadoff batter is Kendry, and he's playing center field. Lucas Arcaute is the DH today. Jonathan Acosta, the steady shortstop, the senior. Pops Popowski's at first base. Kevin Nunez is getting a start at third. John Chensi's behind the plate, and your outfield is Scatterberry, Heron, and Blanco. And we're getting ready to start this game off between the Stars and your Killian Cougars. All right, let me bring up the scoreboard, and we're underway here. Big Zach Fernandez starts this one off with a strike right down the middle. Like I mentioned, our next half inning, we're going to have another voice here. Carlos Vilches. He's one of the parents of the pitcher. He is a parent of the pitcher, and he's going to talk to us about the school. And boy, how things have changed from when I went to school. I mean, we didn't have virtual schools. You had to live in the general area of your school, and there was no transfer portal. There's a bunt laid down by Perez, and it's a good one, but it goes foul. Nunez makes sure of that by scooping it out. It's going to be 2 strikes to the batter. Turned out to be a nice afternoon. We've had a few days of crazy wind here in South Florida, but today our steady wind from the east, as usual here at Cougar Field. It's coming in over the right field fence, steady at about 10, 15 miles an hour. The Cougars are wearing their dark green, their hunter green with the Roman numeral C on the chest, the white pants with the green pinstripes. Fernandez with the 1-2 pitch to Perez, and it's taken high. The visiting Stars are wearing a cool uniform. They have the light brown sleeves with the stars on them. The chest is black, and they have the white pants. And there goes head coach Alex Gonzalez giving us a big smile and a thumbs up here. The 2-2 from Zach is taken high. Here's the payoff pitch by Fernandez. Taken for a ball. Boy, that was a close one there. The Stars are going to have a runner on first with no one out here in the top of the first inning at Cougar Field. Now, what you want to see from your ace, but yeah, it's going to take him a little while to get into it. Zach's a big boy, well over 6'2". He's a Tuxlam University commit. The Stars are going to bring up to the box the second baseman, Justin Ramirez, and he's batting from the left side. Fernandez steps off. Perez comes back. Takes a peek at Perez. Boy, it looks like he's going to go, and he kind of got fooled and took a step back. That ball is swung on for strike 1 to Ramirez. Tell you, the fields never look better here at Killian. Eric Martinez, Abel, Coach Leon, they do a great job. They're here 2-3 hours before the game. These kids don't know what it's like to play on a bad field. These fields are beautiful. You go to other parks here in Dade County, and the fields are not as manicured as Cougar Field here at 21 Palms. That ball's inside to Ramirez. Perez, who got walked, is taking the lead off of first base. Big Zach Fernandez is coming from the stretch. Perez goes, and that ball's lifted over right field. Here comes Heron with a great play. He has a chance to double him up. Pops with the scoop at first, and he does on a looping line drive to the right fielder. Jaden Heron battled the sun in his eyes and was able to come up with that ball and fire it to Pops on a hop for a double play. A pitcher's best friend. That's going to bring up another left-handed batter for the Stars. It's Alex Scotto. He's the first baseman. So Fernandez gets a break. Starts him off with a strike. It's tough to rattle Fernandez. He's been on the mound over 50 innings last year pitched. He pitched as a sophomore. As I mentioned earlier, he's a Tuxlam University commit. And that ball swung on the ground to Pops over at first base for the third out, unassisted. And it's the Stars with 0 runs in the top half of the first inning. And coming up to bat, it's your Killian Cougar.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone, for some fall baseball between your home team, the Killian Cougars, and the visiting team, the TNXL Miami Stars, led by our buddy Alex Gonzalez. We have a 0-0 ball game. We're heading to the top of the second inning, and due up for for the visiting team, Chris Rodriguez. He's the third baseman. Then it's Anthony Serra, Jaden Ramirez, and if anybody gets on, it's a left fielder, Jaden Blanco. On the mound is the veteran right-hander, Zachary Fernandez, pumping strikes, filling up the zone like he usually does. And that's 2. Rodriguez trying to figure him out here early. Another voice you're going to hear with me today is the father of the Stars pitcher, and his name is Carlos Vilches. Carlos is in the booth, and he's checking out his son pitching, and they're both cool guys. Xavier on the mound. Carlos seems like a veteran here in the booth. Zach from the stretch. That must have been just outside for ball 1. First time here to Cougar Field, Carlos?
We were out here last year as well. So second, I think third time. Beautiful field.
Don't want to park in the right field line. That Bronco expedition took a dent there. So when you come to Killian Cougar Field, you're going to see the 21 palms that surround the outfield, the red brick backstop, which they're famous for since 1966. And you don't want to park in the right field side. A lot of dents, a lot of broken windows over there on that side. And the guys in the dugout better be paying attention, too, because I've seen some balls head in that direction, sprays everybody running all over the place. All right, Fernandez is battling here with Chris Rodriguez, and that ball swung on and fouled at the plate. I believe the count is 2-2. So Chris Rodriguez, the third baseman, wearing number 7, batting from the right side. Fernandez also pitching from the right side. Fernandez kicks and deals, and that's going to be ball 4. And again, the leadoff man is on for the Stars. 2 walks. And we witnessed 2 weird double plays. And I wouldn't say weird, but it's just not something that you see every day, right, Carlos? You get a man on, they hit a line drive to your right fielder, and you get doubled up at first.
Yeah, they were shallow line drives, so the runner on first was, somebody's going to be out.
I think but somebody was stealing on one of the plays. So here we're going to take a peek at Rodriguez at first, and so does Fernandez. Fernandez throws over there. And in the box for the Stars is the catcher wearing number 23. He's a big boy, Anthony Serra from the right side. Again, the battery is the junior John Chensi, the senior Zach Fernandez. That ball swung on and hit foul straight back, almost on top of us. Now, Carlos, I'm depending on you to catch any fly balls. I have my head down here in the book. If anything comes in this direction, did you play baseball? Have you ever played?
Unlike my son, baseball is not my sport.
All right, so just you sacrifice your body, just let it hit you somewhere, but don't let it hit me in the head or anything like that. I don't have insurance.
We'll make sure the cameras are taken care of.
All right, Fernandez steps off. There's at least 1 strike to the catcher, Serra. Rodriguez takes a modest lead off of first. Zach takes a peek at him. And fake like he went. And that ball's called a strike. Wow. If I was on the other team, I'd be questioning that call. Maybe an Elizabeth moment there. But it was for us, so that's a good thing. All right, the runner, have you noticed what they're using now? They're using these Betty Crocker gloves to run. Have you seen that? They look like a kitchen mitt.
Sliding mitts is what they call them.
Sliding mitt. That's what it is. It looks like they're bringing out some biscuits or some muffins or something. Rodriguez takes, and that one looked low. That looked more like a strike than the other one. Sorry, Sarah.
He was making up for the last call.
That was a makeup call. I've seen a lot of that here at Killian Cougar Field. Fernandez takes a peek at the runner. Nobody out here in the top of the second. The catcher, Sarah's batting. That fastball's driven to third base where it's turned by Lucas Fernandez. Sorry, Kevin Nunez picks it up on a hop, a well-hit ball over to Lucas Fernandez, who's playing second base today, and they bring it over to Builes, who's taking over for Pops at first base for another double play.
That was a nice play, even though it's not my team.
2 double plays, 3 in total. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yeah.
Been around the game long enough, I'm sure you will.
Well, if you have teams that are trained well and practice well, coach well, you're going to get a lot of good baseball like this.
All right, 2 outs now. Again, the pitcher's best friend has shown up here, Killian Field, with 3 double plays in an inning and a half. And that's a strike in there to the batter, which is the right fielder, Jaden Ramirez. He's a right-handed batter, wearing number 13. And that ball's straight up. Carlos, you got it?
All day.
You got a beat on it? You didn't even move for that one.
Because I knew where it was going.
Again, the voice you hear with me in the FSPN booth is none other than Carlos Vilches, and he is the father of the freshman right-handed pitcher for the Stars. Fernandez comes set, and he throws that one in the line drive in between the 5 and the 6 hole for a base hit for Jaden Ramirez. All right, so Ramirez gets on base. Thank goodness for that double play, or a run would have scored. So the Stars are sending up Daniel Blanco. He's the left fielder, number 33. He's batting from the right side. Fernandez will have a runner on first. That looks like he's got good speed, and yes, he does have the sliding mitt or the kitchen mitt on, the easy bake oven. And that ball's high for that pitch is high for a ball. See if we can take a look at that mitt that most of the players are wearing. Jaden Ramirez is your runner on first base. Fernandez takes a peek at him. Blanco's the batter. That fastball's strike. Oh, big strike zone from this umpire today. Fernandez wearing number 22. As I mentioned, he's a Tuxtlan University commit. Roger Clemens' old number. Kind of looks like Roger Clemens, right? A big build like that, just big burly guy.
He's a big kid.
Nicest kid. One of my favorite on this team. Always finds the time to come by and say hello. Throw to first, and Ramirez gets back in time. In this day and age, these kids, you say what you want, but, these 2 Fernandez kids are well-respected kids. They always say hello. Young men, not kids. Ramirez stays, and that ball's well hit in the left field. Scatterberry goes back, and he one-hops the fence. Here comes Ramirez. They're going to cut it off. Acosta's throw to the plate is high. Chensi gets in and out of his glove. Blanco's going to make it all the way to third base on the throw. I'm going to give him a double and just like that, the ball beat him there, it seemed like, Carlos. But throw was a little high, the cutoff from Acosta. The ball was well hit by Blanco into left field.
Yeah, it was a good cutoff by a third baseman and just a little high throw at home. Throw
was high, and it popped out of the mitt of Chensi when he went up in the air to try to get that one. And a rare run here done. A rare run off of the pitcher, the starter. I apologize for that. It's not going to rock him. It takes more than that to rattle Fernandez. The Cougars seem to have dodged a bullet there. They were fortunate enough to get that double play and get a couple base runners off, or if not, this would have been a crooked number. So the pitcher's now batting from the left side. It's your son, Carlos, Xavier Vilches.
Now's when I get nervous.
Chance to get an RBI here. 1-1. So he's facing a committed player, a veteran on the mound. Freshman against senior. It's kind of like David against Goliath.
Literally.
I'm trying to build this up as much as I can. A Hollywood moment here. Fernandez comes set. Blanco's on third. Great stop by Chensi behind the plate. Could have saved the run with that one. The pitcher against pitcher. Blanco creeping off of third. He's got a nice big strike zone, this umpire. I think that evens the count at 2.
Yeah, 2-2.
All right, 2-2 to the pitcher, Vilches, with 2 outs. Top of the second inning and 1 run scored for the Stars. That's grounded to the shortstop. Acosta on 2 hops, comes up with it, fires to Builes at first for the 3rd out. So the visiting TNXL Miami Stars score 1 run in the top of the second inning, and we're heading to the bottom of the second with your Killian Cougars coming up to bat. We'll be right back on the Florida Sports Pro. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field for some fall baseball between your home team, the Killian Cougars, and the visiting team today is the TNXL Miami Stars. And they're a virtual school, but they're here for real today. And they have a lead here of 1-0. And we're in the bottom of the second inning. And due up for your Cougars are 3 consecutive left-handed batters. And it's Jacob Popowski, Kevin Nunez, and John Chensi. And I take that back. Kevin Nunez is a right-handed batter. Pops is going to lead it off. He's a senior. He plays first base. You can find him on the mound from time to time. And he's got some power, and it's going to take all of that power if anybody wants to hit one out of Cougar Field today with the wind blowing in. He swings at the first pitch from Xavier Vilches, of whom I have his father next to me here in the booth, Carlos Vilches. So, Carlos, welcome once again.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out.
It's a great day.
Wouldn't be the same without you, kid. All right, Vilches from the stretch. So who got Xavier, your son, into baseball? How did he start liking baseball?
Just, put him into different activities when he's little and see what he gravitates to. And baseball was – he also did gymnastics for like 4 years from like 6 to 10 years old.
All right. So you didn't play. I take it. How about your dad? Did his grandfather play baseball? Is he a baseball player? It's gotta
he was a soccer player.
We got to follow those the family tree somewhere.
His grandfather from his mother's side was a baseball player.
There you go. There was a gene in there somewhere. Pop swings through that fastball. Even the count at 2-2, I believe. Let's take a closer look at Pops in the plate there. Jacob Popowski, he's the senior. Call him Pops. I believe the count goes full. And Sarah's behind the plate. Xavier Vilches, the freshman, is on the mound. Alex Cotto, Justin Ramirez, Victor Perez, and Chris Rodriguez make up the infield for the Stars. And you have Blanco, Roundtree, and Ramirez in the outfield for Alex Gonzalez and his Stars. And that ball is hit almost in the dugout. Popowski stays alive way ahead of that pitch. That one just got away from him a little high, and he walks Popowski. Puts a Cougar on first base here in the bottom of the second inning. And these 2 innings, they almost seem identical. They get the leadoff runner on, double play. So
all 4 innings been like that. All 2
inning and a half, yeah.
All 4 half innings.
So here we have the third baseman, Kevin Nunez. Pop's not a huge threat to steal, but he's been hustling lately, and he's going to get to second on a pass ball by Vilches. So the Cougars with a legit threat here in the bottom of the second inning. Good contact hitter up on base. And a runner on second base here in this fall. Turned out to be a really nice afternoon for baseball. Light breeze coming in from the east. And we're at Cougar Field, 21 Palms. Ramirez is covering Pops on second. Vilches, and that one's reached down and hit, blooped over the right field, towards right field.
Foul ball.
Falls foul. Nunez had to reach out for that one, cut it off the end of the bat, more of a defensive swing. You can hear Coach Leon hollering some last-minute instructions to Kevin Nunez. They can look for something on the backside, he said, some to right field. Try to hit behind the runner. Takes that one high. Again, Vilches is the pitcher for the Stars. He's a freshman. Pops is on second. Nunez swings and grounds out when foul. I want to take this moment to say hi to our folks over at Sports Grill. You've been to Sports Grill, right, Carlos?
Oh, I love the wings.
The wings are unbelievable. Nunez is your batter. He's the third baseman today. And that fastball swung on and popped up the right field. Ramirez has a beat on it. He battles a win. Pops is tagging. He fakes. He doesn't go. The throw gets cut off in the infield by Perez. And there's one out here in the bottom of the second inning for the Cougars. It's going to bring up the catcher, John Chency, the junior, wearing number 8. He bats from the left side. He's got good pop. He's like a doubles hitter. Very consistent. Doesn't strike out. Not what you want to hear when your son's pitching. I'm sorry, but I mean we have a good team. I think we have a good team.
Yeah, it's a solid team.
Pop scoots off second. Chency swings at a high fastball. Coach Leon is a chip off the old block. He's an old school manager, just like Alex Gonzalez. They were cut from the same cloth. They don't take any BS from their players. They want to see hustle. They want to see the kids respect the game. Just the other day, he had them running after the game into the dark of the night because they just didn't hustle. They didn't show up. They won the game, but I mean their hearts weren't into it.
That's the most basic thing. Just hustle.
You can always hustle. I don't care if you're in a slump, if you aren't, but you can always hustle. That ball swung on by Chency and hit to the infield. Over comes Justin Ramirez, and if it ever comes down, it'll be the second out. So Vilches, after giving up a walk and a wild pitch, kind of settled down here a little bit in the bottom of the second inning. It's going to bring up to bat the left fielder, Jordan Scantlebury. Scantlebury's going to bat from the right side, wearing number 23. On deck is the junior, Lucas Fernandez, who's playing second base today. You can find him at third. Played a little shortstop the other day. Vilches takes a peek at Pops. Now comes in, and I think that hit him. That caught Scantlebury on the hip. We're going to have runners on first and second for the Cougars with 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Let me tell you firsthand, Carlos, I don't care what level you're in. You get hit by a rock, it's going to hurt.
Most definitely.
Like a little piece of cement that's thrown at you. You're going to feel it for a couple days. Even at 70 miles an hour, it'll hurt. Hey, Pops on second. Scantlebury on first. Vilches' pitch is lifted into right field. There goes the second baseman, Ramirez, and he makes the play for the third out. So Vilches gets himself out of trouble. The Cougars strand 2 here in the bottom of the second. Coming up to bat are the TNXL Miami Stars, and we'll be right back with more Killian Cougar Fall Baseball right here on FSPN. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field. You're watching Fall Baseball on FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs, bringing you the play-by-play. The visiting team today is the TNXL Miami Stars, and they're headed his team down here from Tamiami to pay us a visit. We're going to get into the Killian Cougars starting lineup here real quick. It's Kenry Blanco, the senior, leading off in center field. Lucas Arcautes, the DH, batting second. Then it's Jonathan Acosta, the steady shortstop. Popowski Jacobs batting fourth. Kevin Nunez is batting fifth. John Chensi's behind the plate. Jordan Scatterberry's playing left field and batting seventh. Then it's Lucas Fernandez today. He's playing second base. The ninth batter is the right fielder, Jaden Herron. And the last batter for the Cougars is David Builes. And I want to welcome to the booth the father of the Stars pitcher, and his name is Carlos Vilches. Carlos, welcome to the FSPN booth, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, Muggs.
Awesome, man. I can't wait to talk to you and get your perspective on this virtual school that TNXL has put together, and also the high-tech training that they do over at Tamiami. And how do you feel as a parent? I mean, your son doesn't go to a school bus or go to a school, but he's in your living room taking classes.
Yeah, it's great. He loves it, and as long as he's thriving, then I'm happy to provide him the opportunity to do this.
So he's a freshman. You told me earlier he's taking some college classes. Must be a smart kid. Takes after his mom, obviously. So tell us about that.
So they train from 9 to 2:30 every day, and then after that they go home and they do their studies online. And that's basically it.
Man,
it's like 2 full-time jobs is what I tell them.
Dude, that's like a country club lifestyle, though. I mean, you're out playing ball with your friends until 2 o'clock, and then you get home and you do some schoolwork.
That's the hard part, is getting home after 5 hours of training and focusing on school.
All right, so stick with me this half inning. Give me some perspective on your son's pitches without giving too much away, The leadoff batter for the Cougars is the senior sensation, the center fielder, Kenry Blanco. We're expecting a big year out of him, Carlos. He led the team in almost every offensive category last year. Steady as a rock, pound for pound. In my opinion, the best outfielder in Dade County. Believe it or not, you're in for a treat. Don't blink. Anything can happen here. I mean, it could be a stand-up triple, a double. He can hit one out of the ballpark. Not against your son, but, I mean, we want him to do that against other people. So it's tough to have the opposition's father in the booth with me, and Vilches' pitch goes down for ball one.
As long as it's competitive.
All right, so right away, your son Xavier is starting off from the stretch. I mean, there's nobody on base. Is that just by his choice?
It's his preference.
Yeah, he just feels more comfortable with that.
Yeah, it keeps it simple for him.
All right, we're at the bottom of the first inning at Cougar Field, and there's no score between the visiting Stars and your home team, the Cougars, and that's strike one to the senior. Like I mentioned, Kenry Blanco, he's instant offense in a bottle. He's wearing number 3. He's from the right side. Vilches is always from the right side. We're going to go over the Stars' defense in just a minute. And there's a pitch and taken for 3-1. So the Stars have 2-2 then. Alex Cotto.
He actually throws with both arms. He's ambidextrous.
Wait a minute, your son throws with both arms like that kid in okay.
Right now he just trains. He focuses on the outing on one arm, and then he doesn't switch pitch quite yet.
Wow, that's amazing. That is something else. All right. Unfortunately, he walks the first batter, and that's not good news because he had 14 stolen bases last year, and this kid is lightning in a bottle. So he can expect him to be on second base, and I'm willing to bet that Sarah's not going to throw him out behind the plate. You want to take that wager?
I'm good.
You're good. Carlos is all right. He wants to keep the money in his pocket. All right, now the left-handed batting Lucas Arcaute. He's the DH. Like we mentioned, we have Blanco on first, and he didn't go. Swung on the first pitch and hit foul. Surprised me. I thought Coach Leon was going to get everything going here today. He's usually pretty aggressive on the bases early in the game. Arcaute playing DH today. You can catch him at second base from time to time. He's wearing number 9. He's a left-handed hitter. And he's covering up that runner on first. Vilches is on the mound, and there goes Blanco, and that ball's hit into right field. It's up in the air, and it might be a double play, and it is. And just like the Cougars got a double play for the Stars doubled up the Cougars in the very same way with the line drive to the right fielder. Unbelievable. That's why I love baseball, Carlos. Anything can happen. The ball's round, and it comes in a square box. L9 double play, L9 double play. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Jonathan Acosta, wearing lucky number 7, batting from the left side. Vilches got a break there. You don't seem that nervous, Carlos. He's been on the mound before. I mean, if I was a parent and my kid's on the mound, I'd be chewing my nails.
I got over it a while ago.
He's so cool. Cool dad, cool son. There's a changeup. Now let's go over a few pitches because that was not straight. What was that? What does he work on?
That might have been a splitter that he was trying to throw there, or a changeup.
That definitely had some arc in it. Vilches comes set. He kicks, and that ball's hit foul. Costa barreled that one up, pulled it just foul over by the visiting bullpen. Let's go over the defense real quick for the Stars. Of course, Xavier Vilches. He's just a freshman, and he's pitching. Anthony Serra's behind the plate. We have Alex Colto at first base. Justin Ramirez is making a start at second. We have Victor Perez at shortstop. Chris Rodriguez is at third base, and your outfield is Roundtree, Daniel Blanco, and Jaden Ramirez for the Stars, led by, of course, Alex Gonzalez, the head coach. Barry University standout. We're going to get that lefty cam up for you in just 1 minute here. I'll fix that between innings. We'll give you the lefty cam. We've got 4 cameras today. We have our dedicated pitcher cam. That's our right-handed batter cam. And that's our MacGyver cam. That looked like a strike. Vilches keeping it down low. Well, whatever he's throwing, he's got pretty much good command over it. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. No score. Cougar field. Vilches throws a fastball on its line to the left center field, but just foul. Costa staying alive here with 2 strikes, spraying the ball all over the place. I think it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Vilches fires, and that ball's hitting the air to right field. Ramirez is battling the sun, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. And just like that, the Killian Cougars go down in order, and it's 0-0. We're coming to you from the Cougar field. We'll be right back with more fall baseball right here on the Florida Sports Program. You're watching Killian Cougar Fall Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone, for some fall baseball between your Cougars and the visiting team, the TNXL Miami Stars. And their head coach, again, is Alex Gonzalez. We're heading to the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the visiting Stars. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for your Cougars. It is the senior, Alex Fonseca, the right-hander. And he's going to be a big part of this rotation coming up in the spring. Of course, you have your ace, your number 1, the big dog, Zach Fernandez, and he's followed by the gutsy Brandon Pfeiffer, another right-handed, a junior who just throws strikes, and he's very competitive. And this is our 3rd punch. I mean, you got your right, your left, and this is your uppercut. This is our Alex Fonseca, and we have a couple other pitchers that are going to help lead the way this spring for the Cougars. And Coach Leon has put together a scrappy bunch here in the fall, and the fruits of his labor hopefully will be enjoyed in the spring when they win this district. And if I sound confident, Carlos, it's because I've been out here for about 12 games, and, man, these guys could play. They're good. They're that good. All right, up to bat is the left center fielder for the Stars. It's DeYoung Roundtree. Roundtree's batting from the left side. He's a center fielder. He looks fast. And that ball scorched right by the 3rd baseman, who's Fernandez now, came over to play. Eddie Naranjo's now playing second base. So there's the throw from Acosta from the cutoff. So the left-handed batting Roundtree gets on base. He slaps one down the third base line that couldn't be caught by Lucas Fernandez, who's over there now.
Yeah, Dion's an 8th grader, actually. We have 2 8th graders playing, our second baseman and our center fielder.
Wow, you got some young ones over there. You guys cradle snatching over there in TNXL.
Yeah,
Stars.
Coach Alex, if you can hit and you have good fundamentals, you'll play.
There goes Roundtree. That ball's in the dirt. Can't be handled by Chensi, and he's going to get into second base easily. So for 3 consecutive innings, the Stars have a leadoff runner on. And now they have a runner in scoring position for the leadoff batter, Victor Perez, and he's the shortstop. Victor was walked his first time at bat. And he's got himself a really bright pink on his breast cancer bats. All right, Roundtree's on second. Alex Fonseca's the new pitcher for the Killian Cougars. He takes his sign from Chensi. The shortstop shows bunt. The runner stays. The ball's taken low. Let's take a peek at the shortstop here, Victor Perez. Roundtree's on second. He's being held on by Acosta. Fonseca takes a couple peeks at him. Now he comes set, and that ball's grounded to second base where it's Eddie Naranjo's there. It's going to move the runner over. Eddie throws to Pops for an out. But Roundtree goes to third. Heron is still in right field. Kenry Blanco is in center field. Jordan Scantleberry's in left field. And now Coach Chris Leon has brought the infield in to try to cut down a run at home. And the batter for the Stars is the left-handed batting second baseman Justin Ramirez. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls the ball here.
Justin's our other 8th grader.
All right, Fonseca doesn't seem to have, all the control in the world today. So Chensi's going to come out and talk to him a little bit, try to settle him down here. And you're saying, you got 8th graders playing. Is that even legal?
They can play. They can play.
All right, with me is the pitcher's father, Carlos Vilches. He's the father of the starting pitcher. He's also batting, and he's winning this game. 1-0, top of the third inning. We're at 21 palms. Yeah, that one almost hits him. Ramirez has to do like a moonwalk and get out of there. 2 balls to Ramirez, the second baseman. Fonseca, the pitcher for the Cougars, having a little bit of control issues here. With a runner on third, you don't want to throw one in the dirt. Chensi's done everything he can behind the plate, everything he can ask for. He's been a wall back there. You can't keep going to that well. Here comes Fonseca's pitch, and it's a fastball inside for a strike. So, Carlos, what do you think about this umpire without getting into a lot of trouble?
You just got to roll with it. It's going to favor the batter or the pitcher.
Somebody's going to be happy, and somebody's going to be throwing bats.
As long as they're consistent on both sides, not much you can complain about.
That's all we need is some consistency. Just be consistent. If you're going to call the high ball, call it all the time. You're going to call the one inside, do it frequently, and that's all we can ask for an umpire. I mean, they're human until we get R2-D2 back there, or a computer. That's what we got. Roundtree's on third base for the Stars. That ball's in the dirt and blocked again by Chensi. I think that was 3 times this inning that he's saved a run. So with 1 out here in the top of the third inning, the Stars have runners in the corners, and it's going to bring up the left-handed batting first baseman Alex Cotto. He's their third batter. So Fonseca's going to have to, go through the heart of the order here if he wants to get out of the top of the third inning with no runs scored. So with one out, let's take a peek at Ramirez. I got a funny feeling he's running on this pitch. Fonseca's from the stretch. He stays on first. That ball's caught in the air by Chensi. It's a ball high. Ramirez surprisingly stays on first. Haven't seen too many strikes out of Fonseca yet today. He takes a peek at Roundtree at third. He comes set and he kicks a fastball that's outside. Hey, we don't throw strikes. It affects your defense. You have your outfielders just standing around moping. They're on their heels a little bit. When you're pumping strikes in there, it keeps everybody on their toes.
Yeah, but you're throwing a lot of balls. It gets to be a very long inning.
It's like watching paint dry. Here's Fonseca's pitch. He comes from the waist. He kicks. And here we go. We got a strike. So Ramirez gets on by a walk. Roundtree led off the inning with a hit. He made it all the way to third base. And now the Stars have runners in the corners for the first baseman, Alex Cotto. A quick throw over, and he's in there. Alex Cotto batting from the left side. Ramirez is on first. Roundtree's on third for the Stars. The pitch from Fonseca is taken high.
3-1.
3-1. Can't tell if there's anyone warming up in the Cougar dugout. Fonseca from the stretch. That ball's lifted high into the infield and it's drifting foul. Third baseman Fernandez comes over and he makes a great play for the second out of the inning. It's hard to tell from where we're sitting here.
Yeah, it's right up against the dugout.
The wind usually blows those out of play, but that one stayed in. Unfortunate for Cotto, but that's 2 outs now in the top of the third inning, and it'll bring up to bat Chris Rodriguez, the third baseman for the Stars, with runners in the corners and a fake throw to third from Fonseca, keeping Roundtree close over there. Two outs here in the top of the third inning. A throw over to first is picked up by Pops. I didn't think Ramirez was that far off the bag to warrant a throw that hard and that low and that bad. It could have got away from Jacob, and that would have been a run. So we got to get the outs at the plate. Fourth batter's up, Chris Rodriguez. That pitch is high for ball one. So, Carlos, you guys play your home games at Tamiami.
Yeah, field one. Right off the 117th Avenue entrance.
And Rodriguez wears that one in the middle of the back, and he's not too happy about it. Fonseca comes up and apologizes. Good sportsmanship here. He didn't mean to do that. Last thing you want to do, and Fonseca just doesn't have it today. So the bases are loaded. So Coach Alex Fernandez is coming over to chat to the batter. It's his catcher, Anthony Serra. And he's got, with 2 outs here, not much you can say. Hit the ball, kid. Fonseca still has a chance to get out of here with no damage done. Bases are full of Stars. Alex Fonseca, the pitcher for the Cougars. His first pitch is outside and low to the catcher, Serra. Serra grounded into a double play the last time up. On one that you said was a great play by the third baseman.
It was a shot. Third baseman got right in front of it.
Here's Fonseca, 0-1 pitch, and that one's called a strike. It evens the count. Serra's a big kid. Wouldn't want to pay for his dinner too many times. The shadows are starting to creep across the field here at Cougar Field. With the bases loaded, Fonseca fires, and that one's fouled off the end of the bat. Right off of the red bricks here. Pretty unique how these bricks stand out, right? They have around the backstop. Gives it like a home feel to it, you know.
A little bit of a Wrigley Field.
Right, you got the
feel.
shade trees that everybody's comfortable in the shade. You got the 21 palms surrounding the outfield, and it's always been a legendary field here, the home of the Cougars. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the catcher. That evens the count at 2. Fonseca's not his sharpest today, but he still has a chance to get out of here with 1 more strike to the catcher, Anthony Serra. Roundtree's on third, Ramirez on second, Chris Rodriguez is on first base. Here's the pitch for Fonseca, and that fastball swung on and missed, and he struck out. Fonseca gets out of the jam with no runs scored here in the top of the third innings. We head to the bottom of the third with the visiting Miami Stars from TNXL, 1 run, and your Killian Cougars are coming up to bat. You're watching fall baseball on FSP. You're watching Killian Cougar fall baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone, for some fall baseball here between the home team, the Killian Cougars, and the visiting Stars from TNXL Miami, a virtual school. And they have their, not their campus, but their training facility on the campus of Tamiami near FIU, where they use state-of-the-art training and technology. And with me here in the booth is the father of the starting pitcher, Xavier Vilches. I have Carlos Vilches with me. Carlos, once again, thank you very, very, very much. Let me turn on your mic. Yep.
Thank you for having me here to talk about the academy and what they're trying to accomplish. They're in their second year right now, and they train out of Swing Kings, the batting cages there. It's amazing what you can do, and when you put your mind to it. They have weight racks, they have weights, they have all the equipment to get bigger, faster, stronger, and then obviously they got the field and all that to work on their skills. And Cesar Aranguren, the director of the academy, has some big plans, and it's early, only in just started the second year now, but looking forward to what it's going to look like in the future.
All right, in the box right now for your Killian Cougars is the right fielder Jaden Herron. He'll be followed by David Builes. Then it's Kenry Blanco and Lucas Arcaute will be the fourth batter here. That first pitch from Vilches is swung on for a strike. And the shadows are starting to creep in. It's turned out to be a nice afternoon. The Stars left the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. And the pitcher was not his sharpest, Fonseca. We'll see if he comes out for the next inning. For the Stars, it's been the starter the whole way so far. And that looked like an off-speed pitch. And it's 1-1, the count to the right fielder, the senior Jaden Herron. Herron's probably one of the fastest players on this Cougar team. Takes that ball low. I mean, he is fast, Carlos. I've seen this kid run down balls and steal bases. I mean, he can turn off the lights in his room and get under the covers before it gets dark. So 3-1. This is funny how this game is so identical Both teams have gotten their leadoff batter on all 3 innings, and here's a chance for the leadoff batter to get on for the Cougars. That ball's grounded to first base where Cotto catches it on a couple hops, flips it over to Vilches in time for the out. And just as I said how speedy he was, they got him at first base.
Yeah, it was close. He made it really close.
So that's a 3-1. Good play by Soto over there at first base. That ball, had some spin on it. It's jumping around. In the box for the Cougars now, it's number 10, David Builes. He's the extra hitter, but he's also playing a little bit of first base for the Cougars. That ball swung on and lifted over the second baseman into shallow center field. Ramirez made a gallant effort at it. He dove, jumped at it, got over his glove for a clean base hit for David Builes. And the Cougars have a runner on first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it's going to bring up Mr. Offense in a bottle, Kendry Blanco, the senior center fielder, the Indian River commit, batting from the right side. Xavier takes a peek at Builes, who's not a big threat to steal. And he's not going to take the bat out of Kendry Blanco's hands, who swings at the first pitch and hits it foul over by the Cars. It's funny, there's a progressive car standing over there, probably an adjuster ready to write a claim on a broken window here at Cougar Field. Okay, Builes on first. There he goes. That ball swung on, some hit and run. Gets into the gap where the Ramirez was. There goes Builes to third, and a good piece of coaching there by Chris Leon, calling a hit and run. It would have been an out right to the second baseman if he wouldn't have gone over to cover. That's some good baseball coaching right there by head coach Chris Leon. And a good piece of hitting by Kendry Blanco, hitting behind the runner. That's what they teach you to do. Stay out of the double play. The batter for the Cougars is Arcaute. And Arcaute, we're going to take a peek at Kendry Blanco. And there goes Kendry. There's the pitch. The throw goes through. It's cut off by Perez, the shortstop. The runner doesn't go. Builes stays on third. Kendry Blanco with another stolen base. He's been very active this fall. He's been getting on base in almost every game. One out and runners on second and third. The batter is Lucas Arcaute. He's the DH today. You can catch him at second base from time to time. Vilches gets his sign from Serra. And that ball swung on and lined over the second baseman into center field. Roundtree comes up throwing. The throw gets cut off. No, it gets by the catcher. And there goes Arcaute, and he makes it all the way to third base. Arcaute goes all the way to third on a base hit with 2 RBIs, and it just flips this game over. And it's your Cougars now up 2-1 on the visiting Stars. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Arcaute with a base hit and then some hustle, a little indecisiveness between the bases, waiting for that cutoff throw. That ball was hit well. Roundtree threw it hard, and now the batter is Acosta, who hits it foul for strike one. We had to wait for that one to land. So those are the breaks, Carlos. I mean, sometimes you're up, you're winning, you're cruising, and then you got a base hit here, a base hit there, and that's baseball. Acosta's the batter. He's the shortstop. The infield's in for the Stars. Another foul ball. So Coach Alex Gonzalez has his Stars playing in, trying to limit the damage, trying to cut down the run. The runner's Lucas Arcarte. He's at third base. And the third batter is the shortstop, Acosta. Acosta swings and lines that one into center field. Roundtree's got a beat on it. Wheelis is going to tag. Arcarte is going to tag. And the throw's going to be cut off by the infield. And another run comes in for your Killian Cougars. All right, the Never Say Die Cougars score another one here. It's 3-1. 3 consecutive hits after an out here in the top of the third. Well, 2 hits and a sac fly, and there's Pops, and he loops one over the first baseman, Cotto. Pops is going to make it. So I apologize, there's 2 outs. Popowski's been on base a lot this fall. Either he gets hit by a pitch, he gets walked, or like a base hit there. He's been very, very active, and he's hustled a lot. He's a big guy. It takes a lot to get him going, but once he gets going. Vilches still on the mound. And that pitch to Kevin Nunez is low for a ball. Nunez hit a fly ball to right field in his first time up. The pitch from Vilches. There goes Pops, and it's a hit and run. That ball's hit in the hole. Pops is going to stay on second, but a good piece of hitting and another example of some aggressive coaching by Chris Leon. A hit and run with 2 outs. Wow, I'm impressed with Coach Leon. He's really pulling out all the stops today. Couple hit and runs has turned out in his way, and now that'll bring up John Chency from the left side. He's the catcher for the Cougars. He swings at that one, fouls it into the net. Bottom of the third inning. And your Cougars have flipped things around here. I have the pitcher's father next to me, Carlos. I'm sorry, Carlos, you're having it with. This is baseball. I mean, another day he'll come out and throw no hitter.
It's a rough inning, but he's competitive. He's throwing strikes, and that's what the coach asked for.
He's developing. He's a freshman. You know how much baseball you have ahead of you? So what's with the number 47? Xavier Vilches wearing number 47 on his uniform.
So that was kind of
the year you were born?
No, it was my doing. So growing up, I liked the Braves, and
that ball swung on and hit in the gap by Chency. Roundtree heading over, makes a diving catch to end the inning. An outstanding play in center field by Dion Roundtree to end the inning. And we'll be right back with that story, with Carlos' story about number 47, right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network, where we're bringing you fall baseball. Killian Cougars. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field for some fall baseball between the home team, the Cougars, and the visiting TNXL Miami Stars, led by head coach Alex Gonzalez. And we have a good one here for you today. It is 3-1. We're heading to the top of the fourth inning. And the virtual school, TNXL, in its second year, is paying a visit to your Cougars. Up to bat is Jaden Ramirez, the right fielder. He'll be followed by Daniel Blanco, the left fielder. And then it's Xavier Vilches, the pitcher. And it's Dion Roundtree, who just made a spectacular catch in center field to end the previous inning. With me in the booth is Carlos Vilches, and he is the father of the freshman starting pitcher for the Stars. Welcome again, Carlitos.
Thank you.
Alex Fonseca stays in the game after a really rough inning. Coach Leon is sticking with him here. He's coming from the stretch. He's pitching from the right side. Ramirez, the right-handed batter, hits a slow grounder to Acosta, who comes up firing, and he throws over to Builes, who pops in and out of his glove while he was stretching. And again, the Stars get their leadoff batter on. So Builes is in for pops at first base. He stretched, and that ball kind of hit him in the heel. I don't think he caught it right in the webbing. And here in the top of the fourth, there's a runner on for Daniel Blanco. He's the left fielder, wearing a power hitter's number, 33. So let's take a peek at Ramirez, the right fielder Ramirez. That's a strike. So you have, are they brothers? They're both Ramirez?
Yes, they are.
Justin. We have a couple brothers on here, too. We have a couple Vasquez brothers, a couple Fernandez brothers. Because it's easier to send them both to the same school. So Ramirez is on first. He doesn't go. That ball's taken for a strike. I believe it's 1-1 to the left fielder Blanco. I'll take a peek at Ramirez again at first base, see if he goes. He's got the sliding mitt on, just in case.
2-1.
2 balls and 1 strike for the tall, lanky, right-handed hitter, Daniel Blanco. Jaden Ramirez takes his lead at first. He doesn't go. John Chensi throws over there just in case, and Builes catches this one. Ramirez is back in time. Blanco struck out swinging. It's going to bring up the left-handed batting, but he throws right-handed. Xavier Vilches. So you were saying that he wears number 47.
So growing up, I was a Braves fan, and Glavin and Maddox, those were my guys. So since the X is ambidextrous, I told him you get to pick between the two numbers, 47 or 31. Pick one.
That ball gets away from Chensi. It's in the dirt for Fonseca. Ramirez is going to go. Well, he's going to stay at second. He rounded second like as if he was going to third. So you're saying he was. So you were the fan. You were the Braves fan. You liked Glavin. He wore 47. Maddox, the doctor, threw 30. He wore 31. And they also had Smoltz on that team. And that was a great Atlanta team. I think they won in '92, was it?
It was like 4 years in a row they were in the World Series.
Incredible. Chuck Tanner, the manager of that team. I know one ball was in the dirt. Not sure what that pitch was.
It was a strike. That's what it was.
All right. I know you're not getting paid, but you contribute here a little bit, Carlos. That ball's in the dirt. An excellent stop by Chensi, but Ramirez is going to go all the way to third base, and Chensi is a little bit. I mean, it hit him in the chest pretty hard. That was a 50-foot fastball that just came up, and boy, Fonseca's not sharp today. I want to say it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Does that sound good?
Sounds about right.
To Vilches, the pitcher, was hitting for himself. And that one gets through Chensi's legs. That's going to be a run. You keep throwing balls in the dirt, that's going to happen.
So I think now it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
We got a 3-2 ball game here. John Chensi getting beat up back there. The junior's doing his best. So Vilches gets walked. So now batting is Roundtree, the center fielder, made that great play. Tremendous catch. Vilches on first base. Roundtree takes that one for a strike. Alex Fonseca is on the mound for the Cougars. John Chensi's behind the plate. Wheelis is at first. Lucas Fernandez is at second. Jonathan Acosta. Kevin Nunez at third. That ball's hit foul on the screen. And your outfield looks like it's definitely Kendry Blanco is in center field. Jaden Herron's in right field. And I think the new left fielder is Ethan Jones out there. Runner on first, top of the fourth inning. 3-2 game here at Cougar Field. Vilches stays on first. Roundtree takes that one. Coach Alex Gonzalez is wanting more out of his ball club right here. They want to tie this game up or better. Fonseca takes a deep breath. He comes to the plate. Another one in the dirt. Chensi's been unbelievable back there. Yeah, a couple have gotten by him, but some of those are unstoppable. Let's take a look at Vilches on first base. See if he goes. The pitch from Fonseca is taken for a strike. 3, looking. Just what the doctor ordered here with 2 outs now. It's going to bring up the leadoff batter. He's the shortstop, number 2, Victor Perez. Victor's batting from the left side. Coach Gonzalez is hollering a couple commands to the dugout. We're going to have a pinch runner to come in here for Vilches, which generally means that he's going to stay in the game to pitch. You want to take care of your pitcher out there. You don't want him sliding around with that easy bake oven mitt on. He's a pitcher. Runner barely off second. Fonseca's pitch is swung on by Perez. Fouled straight back. Time's called by the batter, the shortstop Perez. Fonseca's been nowhere near the plate today. You know, Carlos, he usually has a lot better control than this. This is surprising. Chensi again with a spectacular stop.
Incredible defensive catching by Chensi. It's a long day for a catcher when he's having to stop the balls constantly, but that's his job.
Tell you, the junior's earning his keep back there today. He's going to have a couple bruises tomorrow. Fonseca comes set. And that ball's grounded. The second baseman, Fernandez, was over there, and he came in backhanding that instead of catching it in front of him. He just started backhanding that ball from the get-go. It was decently hit, not too hard, not too soft, but it stayed on the ground.
It got there quick, and he just didn't have time to get in front of it.
So the runner's going to advance to second, the pinch runner that's in for Vilches. Perez is going to be at first base. And with 2 outs, the batter for the TNXL Stars is the second baseman, Justin Ramirez.
Pinch runner for us is Nico Vols. He's also an 8th grader getting an opportunity.
So at least 2, 3 8th graders on this Stars team. And Fonseca's pitch swung on and hit foul by Ramirez for strike 1. And I think they're going to open up kindergarten next year. You might be able to get a couple players out of, K through 12. Is that what that school is? K through 12?
Not quite, but they're all about developing baseball players. So
next inning, I want you to tell me about some of that technology that I saw online that they use for training over there in Tamiami. Don't want to get into that now with 2 outs. 1-1 to the left-handed batting Justin Ramirez, the second baseman for the TNXL Miami Stars. Fonseca looks at the runner on second. That ball swung on a soft liner over to Acosta behind second. He has nowhere to go but to first. A great stretch by Builes to get Ramirez at first base. And after 4.5 innings of play, the visiting Stars have 2 runs, and your home team, the Killian Cougars, have 3 runs. And we'll be right back on FSPN with more fall baseball. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone, for some fall baseball between your home team, the Cougars, and the visiting TNXL Miami Stars. And they're led by head coach Alex Gonzalez. We have an excellent game here, a 3-2 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for the Cougars is the left fielder Jordan Scattleberry, followed by Lucas Fernandez, who made an error in the previous inning. Jaden Heron and David Builes, if anyone gets on. Xavier Vilches is still on the mound for the Stars. And he fires that fastball, and it's hit on a hop to the third baseman, Rodriguez, who shoots across to Alex Cotto at first. And they record the first out on 1 pitch. The bottom of the 4th inning. With 1 out, it's going to bring up the right-handed batting third baseman, second baseman, a little bit of shortstop, the junior, Lucas Fernandez. Vilches, he's still from the stretch. There's a strike to start him off. So let's talk about I have Carlos with me. He's the pitcher's father. And TNXL Miami, it's a virtual school. So it's in your living room where your son is taking classes. And then they work out in Tamiami. And tell us about the technology that goes into the training, because I was online today and I saw some of that, and I'm intrigued.
So, yeah, they use flight scope. It's one of the different technologies they use for, when they're taking their at-bats and just measuring bat speed and all those different things, seeing how they're improving and how's that training working? Are they getting bigger, faster, stronger?
Flight scope sounds like something I bought a few years ago to monitor and record my golf shots. The launch angle and the ball speed, and I have one of those flight scopes, and I put it on the ground behind me at the range, and it'll tell me how far I hit my driver. And
that's one of the uses. They have different uses for it, and different. I think it's completely different hardware or whatever. And they have a baseball version of that.
Okay, a walk to the junior. Lucas Fernandez brings up Jaden Heron from the left side for the Cougars with a runner on. There goes Fernandez, and that ball's taken. The throw is a little bit late. Fernandez gets in there. This 3-2 ball game. Now the Cougars have a runner in scoring position. Lucas Fernandez on second base, son of Albie and Jennifer. And there he goes again, a la Ricky Henderson, stealing second and third, and he gets in there. Not known for his blazing speed, although he can get to the refrigerator pretty quick, I've heard. But here he is on third base with a chance to score a run. The infield, the corners are in for TNXL. That ball's in the dirt. Great stop by Anthony Serra behind the plate. 3 balls to the right fielder, Jadon Heron. The speedy right fielder, number 1, a senior. There's a strike. So now the shadows have almost completely covered the infield. The sun sets to the west, right behind the third base dugout here at Killian Cougar Field. Ball 4 to Jaden Heron. So we'll have Cougars at the corners with 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. I think this game started somewhere around 3.
Yeah, past 3 because the umpires were walking in around 3:15. So I think like 3:30.
So I think that when TNXL comes up to bat, I think that might be the last inning here because of time restrictions in the fall. That ball gets away from Serra. Fernandez stays on third, but Heron scoots into second base to put another runner in scoring position for your home team, the Killian Cougars, with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. David Willis is the batter from the right side. Willis had a base hit and scored a run. Infield is in for the Stars. That ball swung on and fouled into the net. So Coach Gonzalez has his infield in here in a 3-2 game. They're going to have their last at-bats at the top of the 5th inning here at Killian Cougar Field, where we've had a beautiful afternoon. A little bit of a breeze now. It wasn't stronger, but it's died down through the game. Great stop by Serra behind the plate. Looks like Vilches is going to go the distance. Nothing crazy happens. Vilches takes a look at the runners. The infield's in. That ball's taken for a strike. A late call from the umpire. Evens the count at 2-2 to the extra hitter, David Builes, who sometimes plays first base and third base and second base if we had to. Vilches fires, and strike 3 caught looking for the second out of the bottom of the 4th inning for David Builes. And here comes head coach Alex Gonzalez for the Stars, and I don't know if he's going to make a pitching change.
It looks like he is.
Looks like he is. So with 2 outs, we have a new pitcher for the Stars. We're going to come back with his name. Stick with us. We have runners in second and third here at Killian Cougar Field. You're watching FSPN. Killian. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone. We had a pitching change for the visiting team, the TNXL Miami Stars. The new pitcher is going to be Luis Lopez. He's a left-handed pitcher. And with 2 outs, he inherits 2 runners from Xavier Vilches. And those runners are on second and third base. It's Lucas Fernandez and Jadon Heron. And Lopez will be facing the senior center fielder, Kendry Blanco, who singled his last time up. He walked in the 1st inning, scored a run, stole the base. And like I said, he's Mr. Offense, Mr. Excitement. You don't want to blink when Kendry's up. At any minute, he can hit a stand-up triple, hit one out of the ballpark, take a walk, steal a couple bases. And for me, pound for pound, he's the best center fielder in the county. Say what you want, but that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. All right, we can't close the book on Vilches yet, but the freshman, in my opinion, he pitched excellent. What do you think, Pops?
I'm a little biased, but yeah, no, he was competitive. He threw strikes, got in a little bit of trouble, walked a few batters at the end, probably running a little bit out of gas, but considering he's a freshman and facing a very good lineup, he did well. He held his own.
I agree. I have to agree 100%. He battled on every pitch. He was consistent. You know, he wasn't like all over the place. And here's Lopez's first pitch and swung on, and a hard ground ball to the shortstop, Perez. He's only got one way to go and all the way to first base for the out to end the inning. So one pitch and one out. He gets Kenry Blanco. The Cougars strand 2 runners, but they take their lead to the top of the 5th inning. And TNLX Miami will have a chance to either tie it or win it here. And we'll be right back with more fall baseball. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field. Between the 21 palms in the outfield and the red brick backstop, we can only be at one place, and that's Killian Cougar Field for some fall baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play. Next to me is the father of the starting pitcher, Carlos Vilches. Carlos, again, thank you very much for your time, buddy, your insight, and your knowledge of this game. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm sure people are going to be amazed when they listen to this broadcast.
Millions of viewers are going to. Your phone's going to ring off the hook. ESPN's going to call, TBS. You better change your number. But if you want your game or your team on YouTube here in the spring, or if you have other leagues going on from here to the springs, we'll be more than glad to cover this for you. But you have to book your game now. Some spots have already been taken up for the spring, and it's a good way to get your team, your players, your school the exposure they need. And to make this season a memorable one, give us a call, and we'll make you a star. All right, in the box now for the Stars of TNXL.
TNXL.
It's tough. I mean, usually we're playing against a school. I mean, they are a school, but I mean I think this is Alex Cotto, correct?
Oh, that's correct.
Correct. Okay, Alex Cotto, the first baseman, batting from the left side, wearing number 8, and he grounded out to first base and then hit a pop fly to third his last time up. He calls time. It's given to him. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Cougars, and it is the junior, Brandon Pfeiffer. Competitive right-hander, works fast, fills up the strike zone. Swung on and fouled back by Cotto. Kind of looks like Soto from the left side.
A mini one.
I guess everybody wants to be like Soto. I want to get paid like Soto. That ball's grounded. It's a fair ball. And in to play first base, it's Damian Leyva. The senior Sunset transfer came in a late defensive change for Coach Chris Leon. So with one out, brings up Chris Rodriguez. And Chris was hit in the center of the back with the ball the last time up. And previous time he walked and was part of a double play. That ball swung on and hit sharply in the center field, and Blanco has nothing to do with that but to pick it up. He fires to first, where he made it close.
That was a heck of a throw.
An excellent arm on a well-hit ball. One hop the center fielder, and to show you his ability, he comes up firing and throws a laser over to Leyva, which thank goodness he was paying attention, or that would have gone into the Stars dugout. So with one out here in the top of the 5th inning, and probably their last at bat, Anthony Serra steps in from the right side, the catcher. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded into a double play. He swings at the first pitch from Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer has a great slider to complement a really live fastball. And like I said, he likes to work fast. He fills up the strike zone. He's a coach's dream up there. Gobbles up innings. Rodriguez on first. That ball's lifted into right field. Heron goes over, but Blanco calls him off, and he catches it, and he fires another one to first to try to double up Rodriguez. He gets back in time. And maybe Sarah got a little antsy there and swung at that ball instead of taking some pitches. So with 2 outs and what could be, the end of this game, Carlos, I just want to say again, thank you very much for taking your time, giving us your insight. You're one of the coolest guys we've had in the booth. We've only had a couple, though.
Not a long list, huh?
It's distinguished, short but distinguished. Throw back is in time. A throw to first. Ramirez is up for the Stars. Jaden Ramirez, the right fielder. And he swings at that 5-for fastball, and it's swung on.
Very competitive game all around. Everybody was swinging the bats, not a lot of strikeouts. Some walks, but not too many. Both teams have been battling really good.
It's a good one. That's all you can ask for. Give me a good competitive game, a clean game. I don't want to see a lot of errors or throwing the ball around or any of that Ringling Brothers. And there goes Rodriguez. The throw short hops the second baseman Naranjo. And Chency came up firing. Is that still Chency back there? Yeah, it's still John Chency, the catcher. Have a couple defensive changes for the Cougars. We have Damian Leyva at first base, getting some defense. Of course, the pitcher Pfeiffer. Naranjo is at second base. Lucas Fernandez is now at shortstop. Kevin Nunez is at third base. Jadon Heron is still in right field. Henry Blanco's in center field, and it's always hard for me to see who's in left field, but I think it's EJ. Pfeiffer's pitch is in the dirt, and Chency once again with a spectacular. I mean, you said it earlier, Carlos. He's been playing awesome back there.
He's gonna have to have an ice bath after he's done.
And massage, kind of like acupuncture. I don't know, whatever it takes. Suction cups. Barely got a piece of that one. 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. It could be the final inning. And that's just because in the fall, we're restricted to just 2 hours of play. And we've had a good one here, 3-2 in favor of the home team, the Cougars. Jaden Ramirez is the batter. 2 strikes, and that pitch is swung on and lined in the left field. And that's the 3rd out of the ball game, and that could be it. And if it is, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you want your team, on the tube, give us a call and we'll get them out there. We'll book your game. And let's see, we'll be right back if we're going to play more. And it looks like we are. We might have another inning here. We'll be back with more fall baseball. Welcome back to 21 Palms. It's Killian Cougar Field. And we have another inning of fall baseball between your home team, the Killian Cougars, and the TNXL Miami Stars, the virtual school. But they have a real baseball team, and you're watching it on FSPN. If you hear another voice with me in the booth, it's Carlos Vilches. He's the father of who was the starting pitcher, ex-Vilches. And he pitched very well against a formidable Killian Cougar team. And we're going to bring you another inning of play here. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon for baseball. The shadows have totally consumed the infield, and it's a nice breezy fall day here in Kendall. Up for the Cougars is Lucas Arcaute. The pitcher for the Stars is Luis Lopez. He's a left-hander. Fires that one in there for a strike. So Lucas came in after 2 outs in the 4th inning.
That's a good start here with 2 strikes in a row. 0-2 count.
He came out here firing. Lopez is working from the stretch. He kicks and he fires, and that ball's taken for a strike, and Arcarte is disgusted. It's a strike, 1 out for the Stars here. Sorry. Arcarte is giving some tips here to the on-deck batter, Damian Leyva. He's going to come and bat for Popowski and probably stay in and play first base. That ball from Lopez almost hits Acosta. Acosta has good speed, great hands, solid shortstop. Lefty against lefty. Lopez, the left-handed pitcher. Acosta, the left-handed batter. And the wind just started to pick up a little bit, huh, Carlos? You can feel it.
Yeah, it's blowing in from right field towards the third base side.
You can hear it in the mics, too. I mean, from time to time, you'll get that little sound, that wind sound. Acosta flied out to center field his last time up, and he swings at that one, and it's up in the air. Ramirez, there's 2 brothers calling for it, and it's going to be Jaden Ramirez in right field making that play for the second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Good job by the hitter running hard. He's halfway to second base. That ball drops. He's on second base.
That could be trouble. All right, we got a pinch hitter coming up for the first baseman, Popowski. This is Damian Leyva from the left side, Sunset transfer, wearing number 26. Lefty against lefty once again. He swings at the first pitch again. He did that the other day. And that one fouls straight back. He had a beat on that one too, Carlos. I saw you were all over that one.
Just missed it.
You got the speed of a sloth. The fastest sloth I've ever seen. That looked like a changeup or something. Curvy.
It just died at the plate.
Yeah. Tell you what, let's talk about those Braves teams that you were so fond of the 90s. One guy that I really liked on that team, and he was a center fielder, and he was an all-star a lot. And he's out of Curaçao. Andrew Jones.
Yeah, Andrew Jones was a fantastic center fielder. Good hitter. Played for many years.
Great defense over there. I don't know if you remember, they had a pitching coach on that Atlanta Brave team. There's ball swung on into the net for strike 2 for Leyva with 2 outs. Let me get into a quick story with 2 outs, which you shouldn't do in broadcasting. But anyway, they had a pitching coach. I don't know if it was a nervous tick or what, but they called him, his name was Leo Mazzoni.
Yeah.
But they called him Rockin' Leo Mazzoni because he would like rock back and forth when they're pitching the whole game, rocking back and forth. Unbelievable. All right, here's Leyva with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Cougars up by 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. That ball swung on and hit sharply over to Cotto, who makes the play. He's going to take it himself. A ground ball unassisted. We're going to come back to the top of the 6th inning, where it's your Killian Cougars 3 and the visiting TNXL Stars 2. Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone, where it's fall baseball. It's your home team, the Cougars, going up against the visiting TNXL Miami Stars. And we've got some good fall baseball here. It's a 3-2 ball game. This will be the last at-bat for the Stars, and they're bringing up to the plate number 33 here. It's Daniel Blanco, followed by X Vilches, the starting pitcher, whose father I have sitting right next to me. And then it's Dion Roundtree, and if anybody gets on, it's the leadoff batter, Victor Lopez, for the Alex Gonzalez Stars. All right, top of the sixth, and Brandon Pfeiffer continues to be the pitcher for your Cougars. And nothing's changed. Pfeiffer comes to the mound quick. He likes to pitch fast. He likes to work fast. Change in the defense here again for the Cougars, and Leon is alternating some players, but Pfeiffer's on the mound. John Chensi remains behind the plate. 2-2 here to Daniel Blanco. But now Damian Leyva is not playing first base. It's Builes. There's a strikeout. Or there's a strike, pardon me. So Builes is at first. Lucas Fernandez is now at second. And there's your strikeout right there. So Brandon Pfeiffer continues what he's been doing all fall, and that's fill up the strike zone and keep these batters off balance with a live fastball and a very, very tight sliding or a curve of somewhat. So X Vilches, who walked and grounded his shortstop, is now batting from the left side for the Stars. Wow, he really brought that one. John Chensi again with another great stop. We've been saying that all day long. 1-1 to Vilches. So 1 strike, 1 in the dirt. 1 in the dirt, 1 strike, 1 in the dirt has been the routine here for Pfeiffer. 1 out, nevertheless. 2 balls and 1 strike to the starting pitcher, and that evens the count. There's another 1 in the dirt. It's crazy, this game. Count goes full to Vilches. And he went down looking. So 2 quick strikeouts. And it's going to bring up Dion Roundtree. Dion had a spectacular defensive play back in the 4th inning. He really extended and dove into a pool out there in left center. Come up with a great catch. But the story here is 3-2 in favor of your Cougars. They're 1 out away. And now I'm going to say some pleasantries. Carlos, thank you again. There's a swing and a strike for your time and your knowledge and spending some time with us here and really making this a fun afternoon.
Thank you for having me, giving me an opportunity to talk a little bit about the TNXL Miami Baseball Academy.
Roundtree's on the ground. That ball almost hit him. Is the count full? Is it 2-2? Did he say 2-1? I'm not sure. Tough angle here to pick up the hands of the umpires. It's hard to see what the count is. The scoreboard operator's not here today.
3-2.
And I think the count's full here to Roundtree. He's the last batter. If he gets on, it's Victor Perez is on deck. And here's Pfeiffer's pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. And I think I'm going to Sports Grill after this. I mean, we talked about the wings earlier, and have a couple pictures of these wings, and I'll tell you, they're unbelievable.
You do special grilled or you go?
I go plain grilled, and then I'll have the barbecue sauce on the side. But I'm a mulito guy. I like the mulitos. I mean, there's something about the wings that I can't really, because if you look at a chicken's anatomy, you know, that you're eating his arm. You know, there's a rotator cuff in there. You're eating his, Tommy. What if you had Tommy John? You know? Foul ball, and it's held onto by John Chency for the third out here in the top of the sixth inning. And I believe that's going to be the ball game. We're going to hang around here to find out. Home plate umpire's not going anywhere. If Alex, so we said goodbye twice, Carlos, but we're not going anywhere. I believe we're going to start another inning. And here come the Stars to do just that. And we're going to be right back on the Florida Sports Programming Network with more Killian Cougar fall baseball.
All right, heads up. Eddie, move up, move up.
Welcome back to Killian Cougar Field, everyone. It's fall baseball here. We have the visiting TNXL Miami Stars here at Cougar Field for some fall baseball, and it's a good one. It's 3-2 in favor of the home team. And we have a pinch hitter coming up now. It's Eddie Naranjo. He'll be batting from the right side. He'll be facing the left-handed Luis Lopez. And Luis came in the fourth inning. This was his second inning of work. He came in for the starting pitcher, Xavier Vilches, who pitched a great game. He was winning 1-0 most of the time. And then in the bottom of the third inning, the Cougars scored 3 runs. So the Stars scored first. They were answered by 3 by Killian. The Stars had 1 in the fourth. And that's where this game is right now. 3-2. That was a big swing there by Eddie Nunez. Sorry, Eddie Naranjo is coming in for Kevin Nunez. Luis Lopez, the freshman, left-handed pitcher. That ball's fouled. And a great play by Chency on deck. Naranjo with a wide stance from the right side. Takes that one for a strike looking. Could have been a little outside. It's not an Elizabeth moment, but it was close enough to swing at it. So with 1 out here at the bottom of the sixth inning, it's going to bring up the catcher, the left-handed batting, the junior, John Chency. Luis Lopez is the left-handed pitcher. Chency flied to center field, and first pitch swung on right to Ramirez at second, who comes up, fires across the Cotto for the second out. Just like that, 2 quick outs here at the bottom of the sixth inning. And it's getting a little dark here. It's almost time for some lights. There's a lighting contractor out there. I mean, we can use you out here, Killian. I don't think the neighbors will be very happy. Scatterberry steps in the box. Scatterberry's the left fielder, wearing number 23. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat and then grounded at third base. And he faces Lopez from the right side. He takes that ball low. Swung on as Candleberry evens the count at 1. The pitch from Lopez is a fastball swung on and hit sharply to third base. Rodriguez comes up, fires across the diamond to Alex Cotto to end the inning for the Cougars. So 3 up, 3 down for your Killian Cougars, who are still winning the game now. Coming up for the final time, it's the TNXL Stars. And we'll be right back with more fall baseball right after. Welcome back, everyone, for Killian Cougar fall baseball. We're at Killian Cougar Field, 21 palms and the red bricks and the green and yellow dugouts. We have a good one here. It's a 3-2 fall game between the visiting team, the TNXL Miami Stars, led by Alex Gonzalez. It's an academy. It's a virtual school. The kids practice. They work out from 9 to 2, 3 o'clock, and then they go home and they take class. According to one of the parents that was here with me, Carlos Vilches. And we still have Brandon Pfeiffer on the mound for the Cougars. And the leadoff batter, Victor Perez, just took a strike. That ball swung on right to Leyva at first base. He takes it unassisted for the first out. So we're going to get 7 innings in here, which is very rare for the fall because they're on a time limit. Usually play 2 hours, and especially with the new time change and getting dark at the time that it gets dark now, which is about right now. From the left side, the Stars send up Justin Ramirez, the second baseman, in a 3-2 ball game. And the pitcher for the Cougars is the fast-working Brandon Pfeiffer. Wastes no time, gets the ball back from Chensi, who, by the way, has been playing an excellent game back there. He's been a real backstop back there. Fonseca didn't have his best stuff, and he was able to block a lot of them. Ramirez steps in, grounds that one again to Leyva, almost in the same spot, and he takes it himself again. So 2 batters and 2 ground balls to first base, and this could be the end of the game here. I mean, we thought that was a couple innings ago, and sorry if we psyched you out there a little bit. So Brandon Pfeiffer will have to face the third batter, Alex Cotto. Pfeiffer gets his sign. He kicks and deals, and that's an off-speed pitch for a strike. Top of the 7th inning, and we're 1 strike again from ending this one. That ball's low. Pfeiffer likes to work fast. He works from the stretch or a modified windup. And there's strike 3 called, and that's going to be the ball game. The Cougars win again. The Cougars win here in the fall. Another victory for the coaching staff here of Chris Leon, Eric Martinez, and Abel Alonso. And your Killian Cougars can say, pause up, everyone. Pause up for another one. Zachary Fernandez was your starter today. We want to thank everyone for joining us. We want to thank Alex Gonzalez and his TNXL Miami Stars for coming out here. We had a great time. We hope to see them again in the fall. The Cougars have a couple more games here in the fall season, and then there'll be the playoffs. And we hope to bring you all that right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Of course, the only way that we can do that, if you guys subscribe and help us out. And again, if you want your team or your league or your recreational game to have a professional type broadcasting, get the exposure that they need, make their season memorable, book your game now. Give us a call or send us an email here at the Florida Sports Programming Network. I've been Uncle Muggs, and it's my pleasure to bring you these games, and we'll see you again next week. So long, Cougar fans.